Welcome everybody to a 1v1 on Langreskaya, my absolute favorite map to not ever cast. My favorite map to talk shit about and say how bad it is. Stern Pioneers heading left here. It's going to be Grey Goon versus DonutRock. Pretty aggressive opening from Grey Goon, who has chosen to break through immediately against DonutRock's Soviets' advanced warfare in the south. So, at least we have the good starting positions, Axis north, Allies south, so that the game has the potential to maybe not last forever, but we'll see. Conscripts taking control of the munitions over here on the right side. This squad of conscripts on its way to take control of this fuel point here. If I lived in Austin, I could review Chicago versus Brooklyn style. Isn't that deep dish versus thin crust? I very much prefer deep dish, so I would be biased in that judgment, but I would be happy to do so regardless. These two squads will be forced to retreat. Stern Pioneers heading left. Volksgrenadiers moving to take control of this cutoff. There's a Kuba wagon on the right side to engage against conscripts. This squad of conscripts moving up the right side to take this point. Volksgrenadiers moving to take the victory point. Romeo, after the alpha is done, can I somehow try to send you games of me versus the new faction? I'm not sure what you're asking me, Looted. Obviously, yes. Like, once it releases, I'm sure I will be getting lots of replays of people using the new faction. Maxim on the field, trying to push these squads away. Ooh, look at that! This actually is pretty next level. I've never seen a battle group on the left half of this map. I'm pretty sure this is the first that I've ever seen this attempted. A bold move. I wonder if it's going to work. It may, of course, weaken his ability to work the right side, and clearly that's costing him both fuel points, which is not a situation you want to be in as Oberkommando West. But if it does allow him to harass this victory point later in the game effectively, maybe it'll prove worth it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Volksgrenadiers jumping into some buildings over here, maybe push away those. Combat Engineers in the battle group headquarters has completed. Stern Pioneers, everything in fact, had to retreat from the right side, and the Kuba wagon is in need of some repairs. Let's see if Grey Goon can make this work. He's got a retreat point unlocking right here on his battle group headquarters. And once he has that, I'm curious to see if he can make it work. He still needs to do a little backcapping, by the way. He needs to grab this. Needs to grab this. So clearly his early presence on his own half of the map has been awful. And Soviet map control is extremely good. Ooh, what was that? Oh, a mortar. Mortar on the field. So Maxim plus mortar. Putting pressure on this. I think he's trying to wait until his retreat point unlocks, but I don't know if he should. He should just retreat that. No! Okay. Mortar missed. There's still time. 3 points done. You can run away now. He retreated all the way back to base anyway, I think. Yeah, he did. No, he didn't. It looks like he was. Apparently I was mistaken. Okay, so Volksgrenadiers will be able to reinforce fully right there and heal up. A couple squads making their way towards the munitions, but they're just walking right into a Maxim, and again, he has not captured anything on the right side. And if these conscripts would actually keep moving and take control of this victory point in the center, there will be a triple cap going against him. So for people who are wondering if this works, clearly the answer is not very well. Not very well at all. Conscripts will be forced to retreat here on the left side by Kuba wagon plus Stern Pios. These Stern Pios trying to work on the conscripts in this building. at close range, but there are a lot of... What was that? Kuba Wagon just died to a mortar? A mortar just killed a Kuba Wagon! Oh, I didn't even catch it on camera. That's a tragedy. Right? Yeah, one vehicle destroyed by a mortar. Oh my god. Okay. I can't believe that just happened. Alright, hands up. Raise your hand in chat if you've ever lost a Kuba Wagon to a mortar. Be honest. Be honest. I'm sure Grey Goon's not the only person that that's happened to. Grenade toss right there to force those conscripts back. And as of this moment, he has lost complete and total control of the right side of the map. I don't even understand his strategy, to be honest. Maybe he just hates this map just as much as me and is just like, whatever, I'm just gonna try some crazy shit. And hope for the best. But he hasn't even sent one squad to even try over here. It's kind of a shame to lose like 60% of the map to one conscript squad that has not even taken damage or fought at all. Kind of a shame to let your opponent have that much free map control when you're fighting tooth and nail, nitty gritty for 3 sectors, hurling everything you have into a bloody engagement for 1 munitions point, while these guys are just la-di-da-di. We like to capture territory unopposed. Stern Pioneers on their way to counter, and by the way, Grey Goon does have 700 manpower in the bank. Just saying. He could have thrown Fusiliers out to counter these conscripts quite a while ago. I don't really know what he's waiting for on that either, because he insta-locked Breakthrough. Oh, he was waiting to build a mechanized regiment H quarters and a fresh set of Volksgrenadiers. Why? Why would he even field those when he has Fusiliers? Clearly they're not performing very well. I don't expect them to start miraculously doing way better either. Plus, double mortar is the perfect counter, by the way, to an aggressive battle group headquarters if you picked a commander that doesn't have a heavy mortar, which DonutRock did. So, yeah. Stern Pioneers going in on the conscript squad over here, and we'll be able to force them away, moving to take control of the victory point next.
We are losing territory.
And Flak Half-Track, maybe, or Stuka, I don't know. I don't even know why he would build tier 3 right there. I can't even...
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
I don't know why he built a tier 3 right there. If he does go Flak Half... Usually you go Flak Half-Track back to tier 2. If he does go Flak Half-Track though, that'll be something. It'll be useful against the conscripts. It'll be useful against everything, in fact. But he does know his opponent's tier 2, so he has access to field guns. He's going to be tier 4 soon. He doesn't know his opponent's commander. Fortunately, there are no guards on the field, so he doesn't have to be worried about PTRSs sniping him. But he's quite behind for resources. Didn't activate either transfer ability, so I don't know if he's going to try and rush something out. And very importantly, it's 10 minutes in, and he hasn't even taken this, which is pretty low-hanging fruit as far as resources are concerned, to try and get that captured early. Ooh, nice flank with those stern piles on that Maxim, though. That was beautiful. Boom. Easily wipes that squad, making these mortars a little bit vulnerable. Only 2 models remaining in the Stern Pioneer squad, but he might be able to force some retreats. PPSH is upgraded on at least 2 conscript squads, both charging into close range on those Stern Pios, and will force them back to the battle group headquarters, probably easily recover that Maxim. Unfortunately, Grey Goon was not able to recover it during that engagement. Still operating on 1 Sturm and 4 Volksgrenadiers, floating manpower like crazy. He did activate fuel transfer, did not field a flat. Yes, he did. Okay, AA half-track in production. But again, it's a pretty bad sign if your flak half-track is hitting the field at the same time as an Su-85. You don't really want that to be happening. I don't think there are very many Soviet core units that could counter the flak half-track harder than an Su-85.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
So, flamethrower, trying to push away these Volksgrenadiers over here. Combat, or conscripts, getting chased away by these infantry. That squad will retreat. And that squad will retreat. The mortar setting up right here is not even shooting at this blob. But this blob should probably not stand so close to each other with mortars anywhere on the map. Su-85 on the field. Probably going to move to put pressure on these trucks, and it's almost completely uncountered except for by an almost dead and completely unvetted Volksgrenadier squad that almost got killed by that mortar. Fortunately, it's just hanging out in the base. No big hurry, apparently. There's a flak half-track. Flak half-track also just hanging out in the base. He should probably use that unit. Volksgrenadiers taking control of the right side fuel, and a couple of units over here on the left side. Continue to get mortared. Two are going to retreat. This squad heading left to get control of the fuel point, and I think that might be the first time he's held a fuel point this entire game. I don't think he's captured that yet. Maybe he's captured it 1 or 2 times earlier, but he has never held it for very long. At least he has victory point control again. Sent 1 Volksgrenadier squad right to start taking territory over here. It's going to be slow going, but they'll get it eventually if they remain unopposed. That's the least of his worries, though, with an assault gun headed straight for his super duper aggressive truck placement right here. There's not really anything he can do to push that thing away except for shoot at it with 1 Panzerschreck. Hey, Panzer Fusiliers at 7 CPs, finally. I'm not sure what he was waiting for on that, but he has it now. Su-85 has already moved up to start firing on the battle group headquarters, and that thing's going to go down very quick if left uncountered, which right now it is. And double mortar is putting pressure on the blob over here on the left side, which should probably try not to hold still for too long. Flamethrower just wrecked the Sturmpile squad. There they go. Squad just got wiped, though. Squad just got wiped. What got wiped? Was it a conscript squad? I don't know. I guess. PPSH is diving the truck, are gonna tear all this stuff to shreds. There go the Sturms. Mortars falling in the area too, and the battle group is about to be destroyed. By the way, if you do go aggressive battle group, a Raketten Warfare is an absolute must. And this is exactly why. You need to have a counter to vehicles. It's 14 minutes into the game, there's going to be a vehicle. It may not be an Su-85, but there's going to be something. That's probably GG. Honestly, I can't even imagine how Grey Goon is going to come back from this ridiculously aggressive opening, which failed. And, I mean, basically he hasn't had a fuel point all game long, only just now connecting this one on the right and never really succeeding in taking this one on the left. And still never even taking this! Which is an extremely weird thing to be 15 minutes into a game and not even take the strategic point next to your base. Hopefully he'll send something eventually. He's also floated manpower like crazy. Another thing to keep in mind, if you go with a really aggressive build as Oberkommando West, you must, absolutely must spend your resources. He's not even... He's been floating 500 plus manpower all game long, and you cannot maintain an aggressive front without being as efficient as possible with your resources. Floating is not efficient. Floating is a horrible thing to do, especially when he could have Fusiliers plenty of times. 83% votes for skip. I think this game's basically over. I have no intention to watch the rest of this, since I am almost 100% sure that it's just going to be a slow slugfest for where the Soviet's going to kill everything, because he's lost all of his stuff. And he just went double flak half-track, which is the dumbest thing I can even imagine somebody doing against Su-85. So GG, and 99% sure Soviets win.